towards this convective cell that initially collapsed and then decided to reform. We're going to get a brief shower. You see that cumulus cloud that looks completely obscured almost? That is because it's snowing at ground level over there. That's actually graupel that's coming in. And after that, we have a pretty intense shower that's currently about to enter Staten Island. That actually looks much more intense. And the thing is, there's a lot of convection today. The air aloft is very cold. The 32-degree line, or the 5400 height, is south and east of us. Normally, when you have heights so low, surface temperatures would normally be typically in the 30s. Like if this was December, we would be in the 30s right now. If it was January, February, if it wasn't for the high sun angle, temperatures would be absolutely in the low to mid 30s. Maybe like low 40s if this was like the day, but still. The heights are very low, and they are low enough that if any precipitation were coming, if this was not spring, it would be primarily snow. I've definitely seen snow with heights even higher than this. In the winter, basically, you could have colder temperatures with heights at this level sometimes. You know, you would have an inversion layer. It would be like 32, 28 at ground level. You would warm up, and by the time you get to 850, you'd be once again below freezing. That way you could get freezing rain, or sleet. But if you were, at the same heights, at the same temps, at 5400, at 5,000 feet down to ground level, you would be getting all snow. Those heights I just described, the 5400 height, that is the freezing level at 5,000 feet. But the thing is, we're at the 5340 height too. That's around 4,500 feet. So the freezing level, I've been looking on the radar, the freezing level is right around 3,000 to 4,000 feet. Yeah, the freezing level is very low. The freezing level at which the precipitation starts melting, like basically right at the cusp between freezing and melting, is right around 3,500 feet, 3,600 feet. But anyway, it's below 4,000 feet. See, that's why you're seeing these milky white clouds. You're having ice crystals, and that's not even 10,000 feet. It's around maybe 8,000, 9,000 feet. It's about to rain kind of hard. You see that? You see that cloud right there? That's the downpour. It looks like a little cumulus cloud. That's it. You see how that milky white portion extends down? That's basically the core of the precip. And the reason I'm titling this video "Morning Hail" is because there actually was some hail this morning. I made a previous video where it was almost all rain, but then just as I thought it was going to be all rain, I saw a particle of ice that landed on the car. So there technically was hail, just very little of it. It was very little hail, but there was, and it didn't bounce like that. It kind of splat on the car. Basically, it was graupel. It was graupel that almost made it to the ground as fully frozen, but it wasn't. It was kind of already starting to melt. Let me check the radar for just a second. Actually, you know what? I'm going to turn on screen capture just to make it easier. And I actually put it down as a mix when it came through. Yep, it collapsed. And look what's coming our way. Would you look at that? So we had round one, which was this little thing here. See? And there has been reports of hail. 1, 2, 3, 4. So clearly I wasn't the only one that saw it. It definitely was some small hail in the area. I mean, this looks pretty impressive. Let's look at lightning maps. Wow. Let me see. Let me try that again. This cell is definitely impressive. And it looks like this cell may actually be stronger than the one that came through earlier. Yeah. So basically, if we're going to get any hail, it's going to be from this cell or maybe from this one if anything happens from that last batch. So this is actually the main piece of energy that's coming through. This is it. This is basically the main piece of energy. And it's feeding off the daytime or the not the daytime instability, but it is feeding off daytime instability. Even though it's only 10 o'clock in the morning, there's enough cold air loft that the heating of the sun is already destabilizing the atmosphere enough for convection to start forming. I mean, there was convection through the night, so that nighttime convection basically weakened, but because there was precipitation left over, as soon as the sun came up, pop like popcorn, these showers started going off. The kernels that were the nighttime showers just started popping up all over the place. Primary threat from these showers are just going to be downpours, a couple of isolated lightning strikes, if any do happen, and small hail and grapple. And when I say small hail, I mean small. Pea-sized or smaller, primarily. So like granule-sized hail, if you know what I mean, like maybe seed-sized hail even. Like if you do see any hail at ground level, it may fall out initially as slightly larger than pea-sized or be maybe a bigger piece of grapple that's not fully frozen, because you are going to be having some up and down motions, and because of that, you will be having basically hail embryo or grapple. Grapple is basically hail embryo. If there's enough instability, a grapple can become hail or even large hail in severe thunderstorms. But if you're having low to moderate instability, like if surface temperatures are in the 50s and your CAPE is below 500, you'll primarily find either big fat raindrops at ground level, or if it's cold enough, you'll actually see grapple or small hail at ground level. Depends if the freezing level is low enough, like today. Oh, starting to rain again. All right, I'm going to stop the screen sharing now. See, 30 frames per second. Honestly, I wish it was 60 frames per second or better. .30 FPS is okay. It's showing that it's really good, but honestly, in my opinion, 30 frames per second is not that good. See, it briefly went up to 31. Yeah, it's just raining right now. That's from that last batch that just came through, or that piece that was initially very strong and then it collapsed. But now we're having a strong piece of energy that's starting to come in. It's currently over Staten Island, and that looks impressive. Let's take a look at that right now. Oops. Okay. There we go, got it. Alrighty. Let's take a look. It said that the precipitation passed us already. It's probably because it was a little higher up. Because you weren't having convection, so it was taking some time to fall. Alright. You know what's so funny is, you see how this cell is always going south to north? Even though this cell was actually further east. This cell is further west and may actually pass to our east. Because it's coming out at a less sharp angle. Its angle is more so oriented east to west than this batch of precip that just came in. Actually, you know what? That was weird. Hold on, let me try that. There we go. Because this is basically your low pressure center, so it's kind of pinwheeling around it. Oyster Bay just had some good hail. Wow, that was pretty big. I would think Oyster Bay just actually had some pretty good hail. Probably had a pretty good shower of pea-sized hail. Eaton's Neck, that's sometimes when you listen to National Weather Service in New York City, you'll hear the coastal weather reports at Eaton's Neck, and they also mention Breezy Point, Fire Island, Coast Guard, Bridgeport Harbor. When the core is going to be coming in, I will not be live streaming. Oh my God. When the core is going to be coming in, I will not be live streaming. I will actually be recording because I want the quality of the video to be better. I've realized when I live stream, the quality of the video is pretty sucky. And yes, I am using Verizon. But the issue, I don't think, is Verizon itself, but the streaming software that I'm using. It's only capable of, I think, streaming up to 720p, but also there's a frames per second. So it's not just the quality of the video that you see, but how many frames per second. When you upload a video to YouTube, it processes the video, so it actually fixes that. It makes the video quality better, especially if you use Wi-Fi. So anyway, these showers are pretty impressive. I mean, they don't look that strong right now, but when this comes through, this could be the main course for Queens and Brooklyn and parts of Staten Island. That may come through with even some thunder, because by the time it gets here, it's going to be past 11 o'clock. But here's the thing. These cells might take some convection, some of the instability away, just enough. It will definitely lower the cape briefly. It will lower the cape for a few minutes. And then right after that cell passes, it's going to jump right back up because the sun's coming out. So your cape is going to surge almost as soon as the precipitation ends. So even though you're not having much of a break, you may be having a 10-20 minute break. Even though the last shower just went through, and this shower just went through not even an hour ago. See, my report is still here I reported at 9:38, but it actually happened 9:35. So it was only 30 minutes ago, or basically 40 minutes ago, and it's as if nothing ever happened. I mean, yeah, the ground's wet, but it doesn't feel that chilly out. In fact, because the sun is shining in full, it actually feels really warm out. The sun is really strong already. I mean, let's see how high some of those cloud tops are. Right here. 13,000 feet. 13,000. This cell is probably going to pass right over me. The cell that's just near Old Bridge, between Jamesburg and Old Bridge, will likely pass southern Brooklyn and Queens. And then this cell that is, that cell will basically pass between Brooklyn and Queens. Well, actually, this cell actually may pass west of us. The thing is, they're not truly moving in a straight line. They are, but then they are slightly changing direction as it goes around that pivot point. To be completely honest with you, these cells do look pretty impressive. $18,000 wow. I'm pretty sure that's producing some lightning. Yep. Speaking of the devil, lightning. Yep. We already have thunderstorms. Looks like the cell that's about to enter Queens actually might have some lightning too. That's pretty impressive. Not this cell, not so much. But this cell here near Old Bridge, pretty impressive. That's definitely a pretty impressive cell. May even have some wind with it too. Looks like not. Probably just rain. Probably just hail and thunder. Boom. Boom. I'm honestly surprised that this cell hasn't gotten stronger. pretty obvious as the cell gets closer, it's going to look more impressive on radar, but it's already showing up on Staten Island. I'm going to guess around 17,000 feet. Yep. So basically, sorry. Yeah, this cell is going to pass to our west. It looked like it was going to pass over us, but then it kind of shifted directions. As I said, because it's rotating around the pivot point. This cell over Old Bridge, yeah, see, it's already starting to weaken. And this cell here is also, yeah, basically, wow. New cell forming over Orangeburg. Yeah, there's a lot of convection around us, but the thing is, if only the storm took a little bit of a sweet time coming here. If only took a little longer coming here, we probably would have had crazy convection right on top of us. But nope, it just had to take its sweet time. It just had to come in a little faster. It just had to. Ugh. Boom. Wow, the sellover upstate looks pretty impressive. Probably about at least 14,000 feet. Yep. And when you look at that, it surpassed 18,000 feet. That is impressive, if you ask me. Yep, 18,000 feet. Oh, there's probably going to be lightning from this very shortly. Looks like Stanford's having some lightning right now. We just had some. Bingo. Actually, you know what? I'm going to end the stream. There's nothing much to do. I'm just going to go inside. I mean, all the convection went to our north, and it's basically collapsing now, so I'm going to go inside right now. Thank you for watching, everyone. Everyone, thank you for watching. Bye. Everyone, thank you for watching. Bye.